How are you, my good friends? Yeah, this is Nelly. I'm back again. Tatawashiana Nioka. Yeah, somebody called me and said, where they were Tatawashiana? And it's true, I love kids so much. I have a passion for the kids. And I did apologize to my good friends on my YouTube channel, my followers, my good friends whom we are trying to raise a voice of the child together. I want to apologize because last time I made my video in my mother tongue and somebody told me, Neri, you are very selfish. All of us are not Kikuyu, so we want to hear what you are talking about kids. So I want to apologize and say I'll be trying to speak in a language everybody would understand. And I want to continue I want to continue to raise the voice of the child. Ona ithuĩ tũkoragwo twĩ ciana, ona wĩ mwana wa mami wanyu, na ndũngĩthũra mũgambo waku ũkĩrĩizwo. So I'm happy. And I'm back again, and I feel that all of us, we are parents. In one way or the other. You may not have your own child, but you may have your child, your brother's child, your relative's child. And all of us, we are not perfect, and we make mistakes. There is nobody who is perfect when it comes to parenting. There's no way you can say that the method you use to raise your children is the best way. I know I also have many mistakes. I've made very many mistakes in my life, and I wish I could get somebody like you to comment in a way you could give me knowledge to bring up my kids maybe in a different way. So when we are here in this forum, please, I want us to help each other. In the comments, let us try to support each other. We are not the same. We are raised in a different background. Whatever you see right may be wrong to the other person. So we are not here to correct each other. We are not here to scold each other. We are here to see the mistake we did when we were raising our children, and to see, like, what can we do to help those people who are behind us so that they don't do the same mistakes that we did. My topic today, I want to say this. You cannot divorce your child. You cannot divorce your child. That is the topic I have today. And I want you guys to support me on your comments. Let us raise comments that are helping us directed to the topic that I am raising so that we can help each other. My topic today is you cannot, or I cannot divorce my child. When it comes to children, raising our children, and when you two grown-ups came together, you came together because you love each other. You came together for your own, your own interest. You came together with your wife or your husband because you loved each other. But now, because remember, we are not born by the same father or the same mother, staying under one roof is not bread and butter life. It is a matter of being patient. It's a matter of accommodating the weaknesses of the other person. But to an extent, sometimes it becomes too much fire until some of us or some of you guys feel no more. I can hold this no more. Or maybe your husband feel like you are the wrong person that he chose to be the spouse. And he feel, I want to have another relationship. And that is what I was talking about. Somebody also called me and said, Neri, you are advocating polygamy. I'm not advocating polygamy. And I'm not against it. Because I believe whoever have a choice of it know why he or she is going for it. And we are not here to make others feel like they are so guilty or they made a wrong mistake. Because let us hate reality the way it is. Let's say you got married and your spouse feel like you are the wrong person under the roof and start beating you and start psychologically torturing you. I think that's the point we say, instead of you dying under the same roof, you rather go and stay peaceful somewhere and let the guy get the person he feels that he's okay with. Or let the woman go away and get maybe somebody else. I feel like Before, let me tell you guys, before I never believed like being single is a lifestyle. I would feel like people who are single, they are the worst sinners in the world until it hit me on the head. And that is why I'm saying when it comes to those differences, we have to consider our children. Our children are the ones we should think about when it comes to the issues of separation and the issue of divorce. I'm not here to say you stay under one roof and kill each other. I'm not here to say that you stay at a toxic relationship so that the society can tell you, they have stayed with the husband or the wife for 15 years, 20 years, and maybe you're in a toxic relationship. You find even some of these spouses, they die even at an early age because of the pressure under the roof. People don't want to be real. People are living in denial. And that is why our children are suffering under the roof. So, I said the other video, and I said, when it comes to our differences, we should style up. And that is the word I was hammering you. Kutire higo ge divorce mwana wako. There is no way you can divorce your own child. It is true. You can have differences with your spouse. But your child is so innocent. That helpless human being that you two came together and brought into this world have no choice to be in this world. You two came together. Lirikana lila mwasemani na muduru waku na mutumia waku. Ona mutiesira gihoro wa mwana. Mwasemanirie ni todo wa interest cianyu. Mwasemanirie ni todo wa wedo wanyu. You met because of your two, both of you, you loved each other. But in the process of love, the child came in. So the child have no choice. The child never chose even to be born. So guys, when we have differences, I was trying to say, let us style up. Tika ikuherithaniriria ciana. Do not punish each other through the children. Mudhuri akouga, I'm going to make you go out of the house. Do you know we have issues where the husbands will even enter in the house and even throw out the clothes for the woman and the kids outside just to paint this woman. But I want to tell you something, that when it comes to our differences, and we have differences as spouses, and you know guys, you know what I'm talking about. It does not matter even if you are a pastor, even if you are the president, even if you are a human being. Sometimes you diaga hado in a marriage, owakinya mwisho waku, no alirikana kana gaku. When you remember your child, you calm down and say, because of my child, I'm going to be patient. Many people have suffered. Many women and men have suffered at the roof because of kids. Mudu akugarekedeo mererie tu ni odo mwana wakwa. But when I talk this video, I'm not really hammering about women alone. I was doing my research, and I found that 80% almost of women are the ones who are struggling with the single parenthood. We also have men who are left with their children. Mutumia agaciara mwana akamwikia kioro. We have even issues where women give birth to children and they even leave the children with the husband and they marry in another family. We have issues where even these women, some of them are very insensitive. They will give birth to children and then they will leave the children with the man and they disappear. So when I also have another case I know of a lady who gave birth to a child who had disability and left the child and went in town, maybe in another area, to show that she's a girl and she have no kids. So when we talk about this thing, I'm not just talking about men or men leaving their children. I'm also hammering on even women who leave their children and disappear. No nyede muno. Tomenye kajikira gitomaga tweke oguo. Ne anger. Sometimes when we are doing things out of anger, we do things, some of the things we regret. I personally am a mother of two grown kids, and I know in my life I have done a lot of mistakes when I'm trying to bring up my kids. I know there are things I have done I wish I could not have done. I know there are things I have, maybe there is a way I've raised up my kids and I wish maybe I could do it better. So when I come to this topic of raising our children, which I'll be trying to raise this voice now and then, do not blame or judge the other person. Todo modo ne kuligana na history ya rerirwo nayo. We have fathers who even take money and said cigarettes. Akera mwana wake thiĩ ũkagũrĩre thigara kana thiĩ ũkagũrĩre njohi kana nengereria njohi ĩrĩa. That is the only thing that parent know, because maybe even his father was even selling the same man cigarette. Kitumi kĩrĩa kĩratũma njuge ndũngĩ divorce mwana waku. You cannot divorce your child because your child have your own blood. Even if you refuse to bring up that child, remember that child have your own blood. And I don't understand how a woman or a man, you give birth to a helpless child and you disappear in the life of that child, and you can be able to sleep at night and you do not know what that child is eating. You can be able to even walk majestically wearing a suit and a tie, and you do not even know where that helpless human being is sleeping. I don't understand. You find even the same people in church. Mundu ni aciarire mwana na ni amuteire ne kanitha na ni araruga na ni araina na ni arahura ndarama. You cannot understand. Ando me maroho tofauti. I say this, and I know that's why I'm saying don't divorce your children. We have seen a scenario whereby even in the mostly it happens to people who are in the government. When it comes to their funeral, there is a funeral of somebody prominent in the government. Mostly in Africa, I have seen this in the news. And then during the funeral, we have like 3-4 women coming out and saying, hey, I have his kid. I have his kid. I need the rights of my child. And that prominent person was a millionaire. But he or she was not taking care of that child until he's dead. That is where women come out and start saying, Dena mwana wake, degodiko dena mwana wake. And I ask myself, this person was a millionaire, and he is aware in the conscience that you gave birth, you had a secret relationship somewhere, and that woman gave birth. I think it is maturity to just tell your wife, nindiraciarire kana nanja na ukimenya ndukahurwo ndukoragwo. Nindiraciarire kana nanja na ningoda gugateithagia na ukimenya ukigugo murango gwakorwo wi muhingure tondu anything can happen. But I believe this is maturity. If you are a man and you have given birth to a child, you cannot divorce that blood. Even if you hide, even if you pretend and you are in church, and you know very well there is a child you gave birth somewhere. A child, you do not know what he is eating, what he is drinking, where he is living. Let me tell you, I do not know how you are going to heaven with such kind of hypocrisy. In the Bible, we have somebody like Moses. Moses, who was hidden by the mother. You remember when those boys were being murdered by the king. And the mother to this Moses hid Moses somewhere with a basket. And we have this lady from the king's house coming and finding the basket. And took Moses to Pharaoh's house to take care of this Moses. Moses was a Hebrew. And he was brought up in a king's house. If somebody can take a child that don't belong to them and possess those children and raise them, when I say that all of us should raise the voice of a child, it is biblical. It is in the Bible. We have Moses. Moses was a Hebrew. It is Exodus chapter 2 and verse 5, where Pharaoh's daughter went and took Moses from the basket. And this verse 6 that says, she opened the basket and the baby was crying, and she felt sorry for him. If a king's daughter can take Moses, and Moses never belonged to the same tribe. Remember, that is the tribe that was killing Hebrews. And she took this Moses and took Moses to the king's palace, took care of this baby, and was even paying the mother to take care of the baby. Who are you? We otiarite mwana na thakame yaku na mwana ucio na nduramenya kuri arakoma, nduramenya kiria mwana araria, nduramenya kana mwana ni arathi cukuru, nduramenya kana mwana ni arathi thibitari, and you are there majestically walking. You are calling yourself a man. You are calling yourself a woman. We have even women who are disowning their children. That is why I'm standing here and saying you cannot divorce your child. Even if you stay 100 years, at the back of your mind, when we muira waku, you are newe muira wa conscience yaku. You cannot cheat yourself. You can take a microphone and talk anything you want to talk. You can go to fellowship and say whatever you want to talk. You can go to the meeting of those women, other women, and tell them how saved you are. You can go to the fellowship of other men and tell them how you fear God. But at the back of your mind, you know you gave birth to a human being who was helpless. And that those are even street children. As you might be a shokora. You say Yamasiana go no. Sokoros yokora go na irof yokoro okioro rare. Those three children. Who are the fathers of those children? You may get shocked. Those are people, some of them who are very prominent. Some of them are the mothers of those children. But there's something we call now, and there's something we call fake life. That is the life we are living in. That is the life we feel good. But in the reality, what is at the back of your mind? You know you went and slept with that woman somewhere. You went and slept with that man somewhere and you got a baby. But in actual sense, you know very well this a human being you brought to this world. And you are not even caring about that human being. My voice of the child, I want to say this. It is a high time we stop living in hypocrisy. If you know very well that there's a human being, helpless human being you brought to this world, kava muhitanagie na mutumia waku, kana muhitanagie na muthuri waku, ogethie kwe kana kawirio. Why am I saying this? Let us say right now, I was doing a little math today or yesterday, and I thought let's say now a child is 5 years old today. And you as a father or a mother, you are 40 years. Let me take a pen and see. Let's say you as a father, you are 40 years today. And your baby, the one you are rejecting, who is loitering in the street, who you don't care if that child is eating or drinking. Let's say the child is 5 years. And you are 40 years. 20 years from today, you will be 60 years as a parent. And 20 years from today, the child will be 25 years. My question is this. This is just basics math. Wewe na miaka 40 no areka kurera mwana miaka 20. Mwana waku na miaka 5 no areka kumurera miaka 20. So your child will be 25 years and you will be 60 years 20 years from now. But the point is, do you know how you have messed with the life of that child? Mwana get to kire mudhamaki, mwana get to kire pilot, mwana get to kire dagitari, mwana get to kire nurse, mwana get to kire lawyer, mwana get to kire mwalimu. But because of the environment that child was brought into, mwana se no amumesire. And you are there smiling and saying how much you love God. I believe we should come back and style up. Because it is not about how many times we go to church. It is the actions that we are doing. We have in the Bible that guy who went and found that Samaritan woman who was beaten and was on the road. That guy stopped and took that guy and took care of that guy. That is what we call Christianity. Christianity is not abandoning your own child. When was mwana, there's something I want to talk about still. We know we have issues with we women or our men. But now, I want to ask yourself, it is true the mother refused you to access the children. What effort have you done mwana ucio athomaga cukuru irihagwo, you can go and access the school and pay the school fees. Mwana ucio no mu access in many avenues. In many avenues. Do an effort and nurse that child. Let that child have a good background. Todo mwana wa muthukiria foundation. Nita ugiaka nyumba. Ugiaka nyumba tuge ni ya mahiga. Nyumba yo ngale kumihe muthingi mwega. Nyumba yo kaige ikara ni thiage kamomoka. Na noguo tukoragwo tuhana. If you do not give a child foundation of morals, it's not about the money. I was thinking about this thing too. That when we are bringing up our children, they feel that they are replaced. How do they feel replaced? Let us take that case of Virginia, because it is already in the media. Those children, they are in their own world. They are trying to figure out. You may see them smiling on the TV, but they are in their own world asking, why are we being rejected by our own dad? Why is our dad taking another woman to represent us and to give the love of us to another woman? Why is my mother going a lot of overtime and leaving me in the house? Why is my mother spending all the time in church and not having time for me? So our children are feeling that they are replaced by other things that we are doing. So my point is this. You cannot divorce your own child. Todo dhamiri yaku nirakwira no atigire thakame yaku handu. Ena ninyendaga kuria atiriri, because you left that child growing up. Miaka ta 10, miaka ta 5, miaka all those years, you do not connect with your child. And I saw another scenario in the court. That is a long time ago. I think I was younger. But the kids were like teenagers. They were grown. Even some were working. But here comes their father with another second wife. And the father saying and telling the judge, I want to deny and to sign a document to say, these are not my children no more. I thought it's an evil spirit that are getting to people's mind. I don't know if they exist. I don't know. But it is not normal. Aka disown ciana ciake igoti-ini akugania negera custody mami wao. That one cannot remove the blood, your blood from those children. It is only that you are running away from your responsibility. So my point is this. As I conclude, I want to talk about this Exodus chapter 2 and verse 5, where Pharaoh's daughter went down to the river and saved Moses. Let me tell you this. It's very emotional. Moses, when he was saved from the pool, Moses arutirwo maine na gakaburi ni mutumia wa muthamaki na agituika wa kuhonokio agithikorerwo kwa muthamaki. Let me repeat this in our language, people who understand. When Moses was a baby, he was saved by Pharaoh's daughter, and this lady connected with this boy and brought up this boy in the king's house. Little did this lady know that Moses was the one to save the Israelites from the slavery. Let me tell you something. When you do not bring up your child, when you do not connect with your child, when you think that you can divorce your child, do you know how much you are messing with the destination of that child? Mwana ucio ringi aciaritwo muthamaki, mwana ucio ringi aciaritwo a pilot, mwana ucio ringi, maybe that child was a doctor, but now you are here messing with the child's background. You are here messing with the child's foundation. Moses ino amenyaga Moses ni akahonokia ciana cia Israeli. Athuri na atumia, I know we are going to have differences, but when it comes to the child, we want to see the effort of the father. We want to see the effort of the mother trying to access the child. Tiga guka kuhenia andu ati mami wao ndarekaga nyone mwana kana aria angi makuga baba wao ndarekaga nyone mwana nima no magirie, but we want to see your effort. Nitukwenda kuona effort yaku toguo turona muiritu wa muthamaki ari na effort. Do you know this lady, Pharaoh's daughter? She is the one even who was paying the mother to take care of Moses when Moses was young. Arutire effort nginya ya kuriha mundu ria wareraga mwana uyu. Wewe how so comfortable na ni weithe wa mwana. na niwe nyina wa mwana no ndukwenda kurera mwana. We want to see your effort. Let me give an example of this lady again. I'm sorry, I have to repeat this like I don't know how many times. When I watched Virginia Kamotho's video, all her videos from 2015 was not about the houses. She was not even talking about the wealth of Kamotho. I want money. I want a house. This lady all through was crying, I want to see my kids. That is the effort I'm talking about. It is true the mother is refusing you to see the kids. It is true the mother is disconnecting you to see the kids. What effort are you putting so that you can be able to connect with your kids? To cut the story short, I want to tell you guys, you cannot divorce your children. Ona waga kumateithia no megukura tondu na Moses ni akurire. No reke ngwire ukuru-ini waku wa hindi o ya thutha ni ukamenya ni wahitirie. Tondu riu ri, let's say the father even of those kids on the TV is 50 years. 10 years from now the guy will be 60. 20 years from now the guy will be 70. Mwana oraga kurerwo wa miaka 5 gukorwo nake no gukura arakura. Athi atuike ndagitari, atuike nurse, atuike mwarimu. What do you think? In one way or the other, you are going to regret why you disconnected with your child. Mwana ndareragwo na mbia. Mwana baga kuheo kindu gitagwo emotional support. Then from the emotional support, then we come to monetary support. Na riu aciari ingi meciragia atiriri that when you replace the child with the money, that is the way you bring up your child. Ati mwana ni ukumutigira tablet, ukumutigira TV, we oka disappear nyumba mathata 16 kana 20. Na we no hoti wa gukoro na mwana ucio. Let me tell you, there's something we call when we raise the children, and I'm not perfect in what I'm saying, I start to be corrected. There's something we call enjoying the moment with your children. When you miss those moments, birthdays, graduations, school, going to school meetings, wona warusi moment icio, mwana ucio akura ndugacoka ukachapu nacio. So something I want to say this. Let us try to connect with our children, and just to let you know, there's no way you can divorce with your children. Tiga kwihenia, akono aciarire ciana nanja, na ndiriguite mutumia witagwo wa Mucoba akiuga uguo. Although the way she was putting it was a different way with mine. Wakorwo he mwana wathire ugiciara na kuuja, na kairitu mwari ndugu nako, na nwacokirie ukihikania, tiga gutinda ugituhenia uria wi muhonoku naki. Diukarere mwana ucio, that is what we call salvation. Mwana ucio rararira akaga ngua akaga githomo, we wikarite na thuti hau na tai ukiheni andu. Go and take care of that child. Tondu thakame yo ni yaku. No akorwo no uhote kuya thakame yo urute wonorie, then at that point I can tell you ndukaikorera mwana ucio. But if you cannot be able to empty the blood of that child, there is no way you can divorce your child. Agikorwo mwiritu wa muthamaki ndaciarite mwana, this Pharaoh's daughter was able to take care of this Moses. Who are you not to take care of your own blood? We have people even who adopt the children who don't belong to them, and they raise them. They become prominent people. Why are you seated there comfortable, knowing very well cheating your wife and your wife wherever? Ati we ditwana tutatu tu na niramenya wega wiciana ta mugwanja na kuuja. Go connect with those children. Let your wife know. That is the reality now we want, and that is what me I call salvation. Utire higo yuka gutura wi muhonoku na kwi mwana waku rarira na kuu. Ona ndui kuria mwana akomaga ndui kiria mwana ariaga. We want to see the kaba wirirage mehia marere. Ndikanitho kuge ni urerira mehia magukona twana na kuu. God will forgive you. Ukira mwana ucio akariraga na kuu na niwe ithe wa mwana ucio na niwe nyina wa mwana ucio, wewe wikarage handu no kwipondoa, unajipondoa na mtoto wako mahali analala bila chakula. Unajifanya msichana, unajiweka figure size na uliacha mtoto mahali ulitupa. I want to say we cannot divorce our children. Guys, on our comments no day howe, let us try to help each other on how to connect with those kids so that those street kids not to get to reduce street children. Adwaleso makoragwo na aciari mekiraga thuti na tai. Those street children are very smart. They are genius. No aciari ao me handu mari makiuga, oh, we are Christians, we are what? And you are somewhere seated and your child is suffering with no house to stay, with no food to eat, with no clothes to wear. Can we try to get that effort to connect with our children? Little only the example on Virginia Wakamoto. She was having all the effort to connect with her children. I want to say this. You cannot divorce your children. You can divorce your wife. You cannot divorce your child. May God help us to connect with our child. Onakoroni mwana ogeno ge adopt utari wako muteithie. Who knows? No okahonokia rorire toguo Moses ekire. And may God bless us. Na Ngai atuteithie muno muno. Na njuge we are not talking about children because we are perfect. Like me personally, I have a lot of mistakes I've done in life. And I'm talking this to be corrected, to be helped. I also need help. Tuteithanagia in comments, tukaria maundu megukurania na maundu meguteithania. And may God bless you guys and have a good